Hi, this is Brian from Provision Studios, and I'm here with the mixing portion of In the Mix. This is episode 5. This is when we actually start mixing the song that we have prepared, uh, with our printing of our EQs off of our analog board, our analog desk, and some other things that we did as preliminary steps. All right, so. I'm going to start at the beginning. This song is Prince of Pride by the band A Steady Decline. The only thing I have here is the bass already has effects on it because when I tracked the bass in the studio, I tracked it with these effects, so that's kind of why you're seeing that has stuff on it as opposed to really nothing else. I already have my reverb and my delay sends set up. I have Valhalla is my reverb, and my delay in this song I'm using Echo Boy with the clean ping pong preset. Again, that'll change. And I also have it doubled with the delay from Pro Tools, the mod delay. So both of these delays are running in my delay send. Anyway, when I start a mix at this stage, I normally go with my drums and the bass. So remember what I'll do is let me find a part of the song where I'll do the verse, and then I'll turn on grid mode so that I am and I'm going to loop this. Is what I'll do. All right, so that'll loop. And now, right now, I have the kick and snare isolated. I might go in. All I did there was EQ and compress the kick. I might go in after this initial plug-in. I may go in and actually put another EQ in if I wanted to. I will certainly be routing like the kick and the snare and the toms possibly to a parallel compressed auxiliary track. I would set that up normally right next to my drum bus. And by the way, that's where everything's going. All these drum tracks are going to this drum bus. And then when I'm done getting the drums the way I want them, then I will also put some processing on this drum bus in order to glue it all together. All right. Anyway, let me continue. This is where what I'm doing here is this is where I'm getting my gain staging set up. I want to make sure that nothing here is too loud to where that I have nowhere to go with the rest of the mix. So this is important. So what I would do here is I like the balance of the drums. But I'm pushing up close, to zero. So what I'll do then is all of my drums are routed into this VCA. Now this is Pro Tools 12. It has VCAs. So what the VCA does is it allows me to control all of the faders of whatever I send to that VCA with just this fader. That's all this does. This VCA does nothing more than to control the level or the volume of each. So you can see as I pull this down, all of my drum faders go down with it. going to do, instead of using the Slate VMR plugin, virtual mix rack, I'm going to use I'm just showing this for you guys to see another really good plugin. This is the Metric Halo channel strip, and this is really good for vocals, guitars, really any instrument, as well as for master bus or your submaster, your two bus mix as well. You can go here. Let's see. I'll pick electric guitar for an example. Now, obviously, that's a lot louder, so I'm going to get this dialed in so where it's not giving me that big gain boost. And I'll AAB it. All that I have in right now is the compression and the EQ. None of these things, that, although they're working, you see that they're moving, the faders are moving, or the display's moving, they're not doing anything. The gate isn't in. Now the gate, the noise gate or expander would be working. You can also put a limiter on it, but again, I'm just using it as a traditional channel strip with a compressor and an EQ. Very similar to what I was doing with the drums, putting an EQ and a compressor in the VMR from Slate. So. You do the same thing over here. Again, I have the guitars routed to a VCA, so they're getting different processing as well. And let me do this as well. This is something I normally do. For whatever reason, I didn't do it on this session here yet, but I like to color code my tracks so that they stand out from one another. Let me change this one. There we go. That helps me differentiate where one is and another one ends. You notice here in the room, I don't have this on yet. I'll probably add this last. Reason being is I'll over compress this out and I'll try to get it. I'll put some saturation on it. I'll use it for some drum character. All right. I like the way all that's. I do like the way it's coming together. I'm going to use a, just for, so you guys can see on overheads, I'm going to use this traditional Pro Tools EQ. I'm just going to use it as a high pass. Put a high pass filter on it. And I might boost some of the high end. That helps me give it a little sheen up top. Listen to what my overheads sound like. All right, not bad at all. I'm actually really liking the way that's going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new track. I'm going to call this Sub Kick. I'm going to put Trigger on there. This is another Steven Slate plugin. If you haven't been able to tell, I like Slate. Like him a lot. So let's send our kick drum to it. Tune it. That's kind of cool how you can really tune your kick there. I'm really liking what my mono room mic is added to the mix. In some cases, I wouldn't use this at all. Sometimes I'll put the room mic in, and it doesn't help the mix, or it doesn't quite do what I was. It doesn't give me something that I think is pleasing to the song, so I would then take it out. In this case, I like what it's doing. Let's go over to our right now without guitar and vocal, we're hitting at about 8, -8. I would pull it down even more, just so you know. I mean, I'm very conservative at this stage with my levels. I'm going to try to shoot for -15, just so you know what I'm looking for. I'm shooting for this area right here on my scale. I'm trying to go for 15. That's peak now. Let's go down to the vocal. This is the vocal that's in. Alright. Let's get them rounded properly.
Life stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am all the one that is made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence comes and reclaim its throne. All will bow down. Life stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am all the one that is made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence comes and reclaim its throne. All will bow down. Life stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am all the one that is made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence comes and reclaim its throne. All will bow down. Life stepped into the ranks of
Alright, I'm also going to try the metric halo on this. See which one I like better. So I'm jumping back and forth between the two, just to sort of see which one gives me the sound I like best.
Life stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am all the one that is made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence comes and reclaim its throne. All will bow down. Life stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am all the one that is made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence.
I like the characteristics that the metric halo is putting in, so I'm going to stick with that one. Alright, let's go with the... And I'm going to put this on here now because this is as far into it as I'm going to get today. But I'm going to go and probably use this plugin on the vocal bus instead of on the track. But again, I want to show you what I'm doing today.
I have stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born with what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me.
I'm going to add more body to it.
The princess comes and reclaim his throne. All will bow down. I have stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born with what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The princess comes and reclaim his throne. All will bow down. I have stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born with what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The princess comes and reclaim his throne. All will bow down. I have stepped into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born with what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The princess comes and reclaim his throne. All will bow down. I have stepped.
Alright. I'm going to jump to the chorus. Just so you guys can hear something different. No, I like the chorus too. It's a good chorus. These guys are a good band. They're younger, but I like them. I like their originality. I like their style. They're really cool guys too. So I really enjoy working with them. Let's go to the vocal bus. And we don't have any of the other vocal in. Oh, we do. There at the end. And then this third vocal is going to be processed differently because it's more like his overdub or his double track. So I'll still send it to the same. But I may change this later. I may route this to a different bus for additional separate processing. But for right now, I'll keep it in. And the idea is that these two vocals are supposed to, sort of be the same. So let me see how this one sounds.
I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even hell can hold me. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even death can hold me.
There you go. Awesome.
I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way.
Alright, now I'm going to dial in on this piece here.
All will bow down.
You can hear it's guttural. It's a guttural growl. So I want the low end to be a little bigger there.
All
I want it to be fat.
will bow down.
Awesome. And we'll go with our gain. And in this one, we want full body on it.
All will bow down.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. And I may even actually put, with something like that, I may go with my old tried and true, one of my favorite plugins. saturation knob. I use this on just about everything.
Your world bow down.
Awesome. Alright. Let's get that lower. Let's hear this much of it. And again, I'm just mixing it in for flavor now. I want to hear how if I'm blending.
The presence comes and reclaim its throne. Your world bow down. Your world bow down. Your world bow down.
That's it. That's good. It's really giving me a good character. I like what it's adding to the vocal there, and that'll carry across. Every time he throws in that lower vocal. In fact, there's another one right here. Let's isolate that one. All right, let's hear that. So there we go. All right. I like where everything is. On the buses, I probably would go in on the guitar, and I would do take out some of the low end on the guitar here. Maybe do a little boost up top. This is over all the guitars are going to it. Same with the vocal. Again, all vocals are feeding into this bus here. So I might go something like this. Put another compressor on it one more time just to, again, to glue everything together. And now I'm going to, a couple different ways now I can go with verb and delay. I can either send from my bus, or I can send individual channels. Really, that's your choice. It's your mix. You know, you can do it however you want. You obviously get more control if you send individual channels. You can change the level of each track, how much of it is sent to the reverb. You do the bus, obviously, it's sending everything that's going to the bus to the verb. So either way, I'm gonna do that individual, because I want this vocal track to have more reverb on it than the other ones. So basically, I'm going to send to my verb. I'm going to isolate my vocal. And I'm going to select the verse where he's singing. I don't need a lot. I just want to listen to a little bit of it.
Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Alright,
so I want to send that to my submix.
Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Life staring to the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. Life staring to the ranks of greatness.
I probably would repeat this across here. And then I would one more time, but this one again, I want it to be a little more sick. I want it to be wetter. And I also will probably send it to the delay. let me isolate that track right here. I'm going to pull out a little bit more. I want to hear my tail, so I'll take this, give me an extra measure and a half after it ends.
Your will bow down. 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 I can feel your fear. Your will bow down. I can feel your fear.
Awesome. All right. The effects, then I'm going to send them, the verb and the delay, I'm going to send them to the effects bus. On the effect, I'm going to put an EQ on it. The EQ is going to roll off everything below 5. Actually, I'm going to go even higher than that. I'm going to put some air on top. All right, so all my effects are running into my effect bus. I'm rolling off all the low end. I want my reverb to be nice and clean and clear.
Your will bow down. I can feel your fear. Your will bow down. Where is your pride? Life step into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The princess comes and reclaim his throne. Your will bow down. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even hell can hold me. I can feel your fear as it rises.
Again, everything's running into my buses now, so I'm not really mixing from my tracks anymore. I'm down here, put it in de-esser. First, I just put a de-esser on the vocal. You notice I just put a bus compressor, the SSL G bus compressor on my submix. Everything's flowing into my submix. This is my channel that's feeding into my master. So everything, all the drums flow into the drum bus, all the guitars go to the guitar bus, all the vocals go into the vocal bus, all my reverb and my delay go into my effects bus, and then all of those 4 buses all feed into the submix. Along with my bass. My bass goes directly into the submix. I don't do any special bus processing unless I have multiple bass tracks, which I have done in the past. So in this case, I'm just running it directly in. So, but I'm down to the part where I'm just mixing now onto the buses. I'm not really doing any more on the tracks.
Where is your pride? Life step into the ranks of greatness, and I will become legendary. I am born what legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The princess comes to reclaim its throne. Your world will down. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even hell can hold me. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even death can hold me. Do you think I would just roll over and die? Feelings left in me for the last time. As I fight to reclaim what is mine, I will not fail, this is my right. The princess comes to reclaim its throne. Your will bow down. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even hell can hold me. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even death can hold me. I'll crush you and throw you into the world. I can feel your fear. I can feel your fear. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even hell can hold me. I can feel your fear as it rises. Don't stand in my way. I am not afraid of dying. Not even death can hold me.
All right, it's hitting everything I need it to hit. It's doing real well. I'm checking my mix bus right now, my sub mix right now, making sure.
Where is your pride?
Not bad. All right. I see. Nick, you can again all the reverb and the delay are go run into the effects bus. I can turn my effects down if I wanted to a little bit. If I thought there was a little bit too much reverb. You know, I can still keep the track as wet as I have it, but by doing it this way, I can just reduce the amount of reverb you hear in the mix. Still got the wet vocal. I want that vocal to be a little wet, but you're just not going to hear as much of it in the mix. So I really like mixing this way with the buses. I feel like it's a great way to dial everything. When you're done, you drill down and you get real minute or finite changes right here at the end. That's really can make or break the mix. These little things I'm doing right now really add a lot of that character that you would hear in a really professional mix that most major industry labels are putting out. All right. Let's see if I can do something here creative with the slip mode. Cool. All right.
Ow!
Awesome. Let's hear that in the mix.
Ow!
There we go. That's cool. All right. And all I'm doing there is I'm increasing the delay send level into my delay bus on that double track. So let me see what I got here.
Your will bow down.
That's fine the way it is. Let's see what we got here.
Not even death can help me.
Might do something right there.
Help me.
All right.
Not even death can help me.
Cool. So we got that one. I don't know what we got here.
Ow!
Yep. Let's do that right here again. Again, this is just extra stuff at the end. Just trying to make it a little bit more, just those little things. I'm just adding little things at the end now that are going to make it just a little bit extra candy, ear candy, I guess is a good way to say it.
Ow!
Cool. And I'll show you my delay settings so you guys can see what's going on there too. Again, I got the Echo Boy. Let me disable the mod delay from Pro Tools. And here's just the Echo Boy. That's really what's doing everything. We're getting a ping. I have it set for the ping pong effect, so it's really that's what you're hearing more than anything else. Here it is.
Ow!
So there you go there. And then the mod delay is adding the repetitions to it. So here's that.
Ow!
All right. So the Echo Boy and the mod delay working together gives me that stereo ping pong, multiple repeat. I really like that kind of delay, especially on this song. That's why I got it in there. All right, let's listen to this one, and I'll go and let the whole mix run.
Your will bow down.
I'll leave that the way it is. Listen to this.
Not even death can hold me.
That's fine. I think we got one right here.
Word.
Yeah. Cool. That'll do it. There's a more. No, we get the little vocal here at the end. That's right.
I can feel your fear.
Yeah, I'm gonna want that to be a little bit more pronounced. Just for a little bit. Just add a little bit.
I can feel your fear.
And he builds up. He builds his energy up on each one. Really good job vocally on this. If you like this kind of music. If you're not into this kind of music, you're probably hating me right now. I apologize. I have other things coming, different styles, but these are one of my good clients. So, and it's interesting because I don't mix this way all styles. This style commands a certain mix approach, so that's why I'm showing it. This is probably the hardest style of music for me to mix. hardcore, heavy metal. The next one I'm going to do is going to be classic rock, and you'll hear it different. You'll be like, "Wow, okay, that seemed like a lot easier to do," and it is. This is very hard to get everything sounding right. Good, good. I like that. Let's see what we got right here.
Not even death can hold me.
That's okay. Let's see what we got right here.
Not even death can hold me. Not even death can hold me. Not even death can hold me. Not even death.
Let me hear that in the mix. This last one. I want to hear whatever musically was going on.
Not even death. Trouble and fear.
All right, right here at this part of the song, what are we going to do here? Let me try. So the idea is it's supposed to be like a, you're sort of in hell. All right, so I would do two things there. First thing I would do is during all of this, is I would increase my gain. So we're at negative 27. I would also everything before it, I want it to be bypassed. But now everything that all the way to here, I want the bypass to be off. So you can see right here when I click the section before that devil laugh, the Octavox is disabled or bypassed, and then here my bypass is turned off. So you'll see the Octavox come on. I kept the levels where I wanted them. I was looking at all that while I was doing the mix. So I'm going to give you guys a quick master. I'm going to put some mastering on it so you can get an idea of how it would sound if I had the band had approved the mix and then I went and mastered it. This is a Lurson's mastering console.
Where is your pride?
I'm taking these set EQ ranges and I'm dialing around till I find something that sounds pleasing to the ear. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now with it. Is I'm fine with everything else. Now I want to make sure that this is going to sound good on multiple listening environments. The good part about this plug in here, this Lurson Mastering Console by IK Multimedia, is that it has an app version. So I can take it on my smartphone, take the stereo mix. I can bounce down. Obviously, I would disable this, the Lurson. I can bounce this mix down, load it on my phone, load it then into the Lurson app on my smartphone and play it through my car stereo or wherever else I'm at, or just through my cell phone earbuds, and then dial these in so that I can get and then I can take it back into the studio here, put those settings that I've noted on my car stereo, and then maybe just listening around the house, put them in here to hear how they sound, so I can say, okay, well, it doesn't really sound good in my studio with these settings, but man, that kick drum sounded magnificent out in my car when I had that 60 hertz turned up to 8. You know, just it sounded too much. So, I mean, that's kind of the advantage, and that's what I'm looking for. Very few people are going to listen to this mix in my studio. Matter of fact, maybe 4 or 5 people in the world will. You know, so I have to think outside of that box. I have to say, okay, I want where the most people are going to listen to this. I want that to be the best sounding mix that I can provide. And in most cases, it's going to be earbuds. So I want you to understand, it's not necessarily, I'm not trying to make it sound the best I can in my studio. I wanted to make it sound the best I can outside of my studio, and that's why this plugin is so effective for me, because I can have it on my iPad, on my smartphone, and I can plug that directly into my stereo out in my car, and it's very, very beneficial for mastering. That may sound crazy to you guys, but I'm telling you, that really is a smart way to work nowadays. Very, very few people are listening on hi-fi speakers. They're listening on earbuds, and they're driving around in their car. I mean, they're streaming from their mobile phone. I mean, it's where the audience is nowadays, and this plugin helps me get there. All right, here's the difference between what I did in my mix and then by adding the Larson Mastering console plugin on it.
Where is your pride?
So before Larson, we're about 6.6. After Larson,
Life stare into the rings of greatness.
there's no one else.
Become legendary. I am fallen one legends are made of, and you are all beneath me. The presence comes and reclaim its throne.
And this is a conservative mix. I could, because I've left myself with so much headroom. When I first started this, I can get as loud as I want now. When you saw I was at like -6 point. Let me see that again, just so I could, instead of guessing, I can say. Sorry. Look at me being a dummy. Try it again.
Where is your pride?
So I'm at -8. -6.5. So I've got -6.5 dB of headroom for the mastering engineer. He'll love me. He'll be like, wow, I got room to work. And he can then go and get the mix as loud as he wants without it being over compressed. And that's the key to all this. -1 dB full scale is really the ceiling you're shooting for in mastering when you want your songs to be on iTunes with the mastered for iTunes designation. Some bands don't care about that. Some bands just want the loudest mix they can get, and that's fine. It's understandable. I try not to mix that way, but either way, this is a good way for you to understand how you can approach a multi-track live band, not live band, but studio band. These are all real instruments, other than this sub kick that was a trigger. It's still triggered off of the actual recorded drums. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you don't like what I just did. I can understand that. The way I mix isn't the way everyone else mixes, and this may not help you at all. If you have any questions about why I did something, please either leave something in the comments or email me, brianbuckalew@yahoo.com. That's BrianBuckalew @yahoo.com. I'm going to try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to see more of stuff like this, just let me know. Hey, man, this was really good. We like how you explained it, or whatever. Again, just leave the comments. I'll try to respond as soon as I can. I'm going to be putting up more content more often now. I'm getting some really good responses from a lot of people about how helpful my videos have been to them. So I'm going to invest more time in giving you guys more of what I'm able to give. All right? Thank you very much. God bless.